Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Uh, I was thinking about something today. Okay, they say that people are not truly awake. They're like sleeping and they're not awake into life and they're not alive. They're not truly alive. Stuff like that. Uh, Zinda hona, to be truly, up and about. And I would really used to have a tough time understanding, what is being awake, truly awake. What does that mean? I mean, I'm awake. Everybody's up and about doing, going about things. They're awake. What do you mean by not truly awake to life? What does that mean? And I think I got the answer. You're always, of course, awake, but what are you awake to? If you are just busy in your surrounding and whatever are your immediate chores that you need to take care of, your work, family, friends, whatever. If that's all that there is, then you are in a certain bubble, let's say. But if you have a bigger context, uh, then it's a bigger area so if on a bigger level you are more alive than a person who's on a in a smaller bubble, and a person who's on a bigger level, there are levels beyond that also. And so if a person tune to that and wake up to that, then that person is more alive than a person who's smaller context. So, and there's no end to how many levels you can wake up to. There's no end to it. You can keep going. And the grandest context that is there is the creator context, the design that is there, the designer. If we have that context, that brings in the grandest context, and that is the height of being alive. If one can tune, if one can align to that level of being, and that offers genuine grandiosity. You own the universe. If I have to share with you the goggles of a believer, how they look at life, they look at this life as a grand purposeful thing that is created by the designer to see which one of us become the grandest of a person. So somebody who has that context and is living day to day with that mindset and dealing with people and things according to that perspective, that person is at the grandest level. That person does not think that the death will put the end to the life. Rather, that person thinks that the death will just transfer him or her to the next life. And that's not just a fantastic idea, just a notion in that person's head, but it is the reality. And that reality dawns on that person because of how he looks at things. Whatever you look at in this life supports that perspective. I mean, somebody can say, no, this life is an accident, and they can live with that perspective, and that's fine. But you cannot blame a person who sees a wonderful beauty going on in everything in the universe, even the simple smallest particle. I mean, forget about the cell. Cell is a whole microscopic city at work, actually. Just take a hydrogen atom, the smallest of the thing, right? You have a negative charged electron and a positively charged proton, and there's an attraction force, but the centrifugal force is keeping the electron away in its orbit. It's not falling into the nucleus of it. What's making that electron going on? What provide? How are those charges there, and how is that electron maintaining its orbit? Who's running it? Why is it not running out of energy? And why does it behave one way when it meets another hydrogen atom and get to collide with one oxygen atom? It becomes water. When it collides with chloride, it becomes absolutely something else, and it so on so forth. It gets into the combination with carbon and hydrogen and nitrogen and oxygen, and you have a DNA molecule going there. It's magical. So you cannot blame a person who sees magic in this universe and finds it to be spiritual. So when that person turns around to the one who does not believe in any higher life and says, no, it's an accident, that person can very easily say, Lakum dinakum waliyadin. To you, your lifestyle, to me, mine. Nobody can stop me from feeling grand, that I'm a grandest thing in the universe. Nobody can blame me for that. And why not? I mean, I have a supporting, arguments for that. I mean, supporting logics and reasons for that kind of mindset, and it brings grandness to me. It makes me a very happy and beautiful person. So why not? If I have to live just an accidental YOLO life, no matter what I do 40 years from now, when I lay on my deathbed, I'll be miserable. But a man who's totally convinced that life is spiritual in nature and that death is just, the time to get to the real place, get to meet the creator and the designer, that person just might die smiling. For real. So why not? The universe absolutely supports the mindset that says that life is spiritual, miraculous, magical, beautiful, amazing. So why not? I'd rather do that. Lakum dinakum waliyadin. To you your lifestyle, to me mine.